As you approach, you see the river in front of you. Little tiny droplets of energy seem to float there. And as you you take some steps forward and start approaching the river. And as you do, you notice another figure stepping across, a very familiar one you've seen plenty of times in your life.
Oh, dope.
He kind of moves forward, and a few steps away, he stops and sees you. And there is just a face of pure shock and just at a loss for words, he just stares across at you.
She lowers her head, face stony, takes some steps forward and stops at the edge of the river.
Sho? Are you... What are you doing here?
She delicately places her hand on her sword.
He stops. Hold on, Sho. Wait. What are you...
Hold on. First, I've got a question for you. Save your breath. She thinks back on all the various things she wants to ask this man, and instead focuses in on a question posed to her just a little while ago. Her eyes flick open, and she focuses in on his. Where does your honor lie?
He kind of holds his hands to the side. My family. As it always has and always will be.
She relaxes and stands up to her full height, letting go of her sword. Splash. Splash. She jumps and hugs him!
He reaches his arm out and holds her in a hug as well. Sitting there for a moment. You can feel his chest kind of tense. He's holding in a cough for a hug. He doesn't want to cough on you.
She's used to it.
He squeezes and holds on, and just kind of waits as best as he can. And then lets go in that moment, and kind of stands there. I never expected to see you here. Oh, that bastard Gray probably knew. That's why he didn't... Oh, sorry. Steps back up.
Winces, climbs up out of the water.
What are you doing here? Well, I suppose I know the answer to that.
Yeah, we've been dealing with the arms of the squid god.
A nasty bunch.
Yeah, don't suppose you want to explain why you're with them?
Well, he turns back at the site he left back there. I'd say with them's a bit of an exaggeration, but I did take their blessing. And that will have some ramifications, I know, but I was shown something, and it forced me out of retirement, to say the least.
Hold on, everyone else should hear this too. She runs over and actually lends him an arm. Come on, let's get you across the water.
Okay.
Bruce here.
What? He turns. Buru Okiyama!
Oh, hey,
Yeah, how'd you miss him?
Yeah, how'd you miss me?
I got a little tunnel vision for very obvious reasons. He pats the Shaw on the head.
Come on, I'm the one missing an eye. Come here.
Also, don't yell. Stop. You're gonna cough up blood again.
Yeah.
He puts a hand on Buru's chest and looks away so he can cough for a moment, and then turns in and reaches forward and gives Buru a hug as well. You look, well, just as good as I left you, I imagine.
Yeah, about the same. Gained a few pounds over the years, but...
He sees your smile and how you are, and he kind of seems to smile. Something about the way you are now just seems to please him in a way, and he kind of nods his head. A pleasure. And you two are...
That's June. That's the, young nobleman you swore...
My goodness, Sho, Buru, and you two.
Yeah. She walks up and just tries to sort of get between the two. Yeah, this is the young nobleman you said would fill my head with dumb ideas.
A pleasure to see you again, Junior. Yes. You were quite the industrious little sprog, weren't you?
I am I am honored that you remember me as such, sir. Also, Sho, you didn't tell me Buru knew your dad? That's adorable.
Yeah, how do you think Buru lost the eye?
Buru smiles and looks like, I said that at dinner with Ayano.
I wasn't listening.
And you, what's your name?
Hideo is not smiling like everybody else is.
Yeah.
Sir, are you an arm of the squid?
I am, but I do not serve the squid god.
Hideo.
He kind of steps back a second, and I can see that this one needs an explanation, as do all of you. Sho, my goal is for family, yet that still puts me at odds with the capital, as I now know. He turns. I am not a squid, but it is my intent to kill a god. He stops, and his arms kind of fall to the side as he looks. Sho, you know of my illness. Well, my curse, more is what they called it. A strange curse, uncurable by even the gods. That was what I was suffering with. Ayano, she had tried very hard to find some form of cure, some means. And yet, throughout all this time, that woman, Emin, the leader, you would say, of this cult, she approached me when I was at my house. She had shown me the truth that I can verify very well. I saw it myself. This is no curse. It's just a disease. One for which medicine already exists, for which a god's power could strip from me. And yet, when we returned to the jellyfish goddess, she said no such thing. Do you understand why, Sho?
She slowly shakes her head.
He stops. If this blood was enough to kill a curse, it is vehemently against that of memory, that of magic. Curses too would melt at it, be destroyed. Yet, despite its control over the body it gives me, it is no cure for the biological ailments that ail me. What I have is something called tuberculosis. Honestly, simple, a disease. And, however, he turns. The gods know this. This is no secret. The jellyfish goddess, the one for which our house is pledged, she knows. And yet she holds back her blessings. For one reason. It's because of Ayano. You know your mother, she's so headstrong, talented, a fierce woman. I love her. And yet, her willpower to do just about anything is a bit possessive. She's been looking for a cure for years, ever since she got into that position. She sacrificed her life to that goddess. She brings herself up and seeks to... She seeks to work herself to the grave to find a cure. When a cure would be in sight with the snap of a finger. For all we've given for the goddess, for all we've given to that jellyfish, yet again she tries to spite us. And push your mother to an early grave in searching for a perfect cure. All she cares about is perfection. I have served the gods for years. I was content to die, having no life ahead of me. And yet in this last moment, I refuse to let my family be worked to a grave. And I hope you can understand why I would then choose that. I do not intend to follow the squid god. They seek destruction on a grand scale. There's only one god who I seek to take vengeance on. To stop. She has had centuries to grow, centuries to take her life, to learn humanity. But unlike other gods, she is yet to. She never will.
Sho takes a step backwards and sort of, clutches her chest. She's She's thinking about this for a second, and her face screws up as she puts her entire being into putting, into arranging everything she knows into a workable shape. Oh, no. You said you were doing this for family, yeah?
He does. He nods his head.
It's the exact same as it was before. Tunnel vision is right. You're not looking at the bigger picture here.
What do you mean?
She takes a step forward, like teeth actually gnashing. Ever since I've come back, I've heard time and time again that I don't understand this world. I don't understand what's happening in Raoji. That what I've learned elsewhere is fictitious, useless. But I know the truth. What you're seeking, what you're fighting for right now is your image of Raoji still. You're not looking at your family right now. Because if you were looking for your family, you would go anywhere else where there was a cure. Why look for answers in the gods?
Sho, I understand. I don't have time left, even with this. There is nothing I can do. My life is forfeit. I have no future. All I wish to do is end the injustice that has been rendered against your mother and you. There is no life for me. There is no family for me after this. All I can do is act upon my swordsman honor.
She hears that, and shakes her head. So you're trying to go out with one last blaze of glory and right and injustice that you see? You're trying to set Mom free from a curse? Does she know? Is this what she'd want from you?
He stops. You know the answer.
So now I would get to follow up. I'm gonna push the fucking offensive here. Mm-hmm. You've got time left, though. You're still moving. You're still walking. You want to know the only way that you can talk to her? Apologize for any of this? By standing down now and not doing anything stupid.
He holds himself, and he stumbles back a bit. He's just, God, that hurt.
Buru, goes to raise a hand, just hey man, maybe ease it a little bit.
He looks over at you and kind of speaks. You're right, though. Sho. I've never been a good father. I hold myself up. I try to hold the values that I think would matter because I care, but in the end I'm just a bloody blade, as I've always been. There's nothing else I can do. There's no way I can interact in this world beyond the blade.
Sho hears that. Hears him say, I'm just a bloody blade. There's nothing left for me. And she looks at him, and those words sting. They strike home. And, she feels something that she's been feeling this entire time, just more immensely. That sensation back when they were on the stairs, that she felt nothing in particular leading into this. She felt an almost steely emptiness. She knows almost more than anyone else what it's like to simply be a mindless tool at the behest of someone else's orders. She herself looks at this man and sees the future for her. She was raised by him to the best of his abilities, which means passing on all the same faults. So that hits a core of her being. Seeing him weak completely rattles her own understanding, and she stumbles forward, jelly hair obscuring her eyes for a moment. And she looks up at him. You taught me to live as a blade. Someone who could only act by swinging with detachment at what's in front of them. Always look for something bigger, but empty the self. And hearing you now say that you're just a swordsman, it feels like you took your own lessons too well. You're empty. And like, I get it. So am I, but she like clenches her fist and pounds it against her chest once. But I'm sure you felt it. In that emptiness, there's something else flickering around inside of us. It's probably what you feel when you try to do something like this for family. But we people have the same divinity that flows through the gods, that flows through the world. It might be tempered with evil or whatever they say it is, but by our own rights, we are gods ourselves. You don't need to let this be the end. You're not just a swordsman. You can aim for something bigger.
Buru just shakes his head.
Years ago, I was a real piece of shit. I'd killed people for a lot of money, because I could, just to prove I was better. That they didn't deserve what they got. A lot of them had earned that, and I took it because I wanted it, and I felt I deserved it. But you showed me that I could be better. That I didn't need to live that life. It took an eye for me to see that, but I learned. I learned it was better to give. That, yeah, sure, I still hurt people, but I make sure when I do it, it's for people I give a damn about. I don't live by the sword anymore. I live for them.
You see that look, that glare, and he stops for a moment. You were right. Yet, what can I do?
She looks down and takes a step forward. Listen. We go back and we talk. Because I swear, there's more to you than just a warrior. There's more than just the swordsman. I swear to the gods that she looks down. It's something I need to believe not just for your sake, but for mine. And if you don't believe me, I can show you how much I've grown. Almost interrupting the argument, sensing that they've reached an impasse, Sho's hand goes to her blade.
Ooh. Okay.
And, slowly begins to draw it and just sort of lowers the naked blade, pointing it at him.
Sho, I don't. He holds his blade. There's hesitance in his voice, but his body is almost mechanic in the way that it works. He stares at you.
You're the one who trained me. From the start, every impulse has been telling me that I should just swing my sword and stop thinking. That this ends with a clash between the two of us, one of us proven to be the superior swordsman and the inheritor of the style. She picks up the sword and starts to shake her head, but I don't like that. I haven't liked it from the start. This emptiness has opened my eyes, and I can see clearly now. She picks up her sword, this old, bent-ass, broken thing, and she knows exactly the part to grip it. She holds part of the blade and presses with all of her might, causing fissures to run up and down it. The sword shattering in her hands, she throws the broken pieces to the ground. I'm a sword no more. She stomps with one foot, puts one fist above the other, lowers the other, and for a second, the jellyfish swordsman sees it. a fragment of a dream in a distant flower field. An unarmed style capable of taking down even swordsmen. A punch that could fell a bear, leveled by the one that would become his wife. This isn't the style that he taught Sho. This is the style that Ayano did. I would like to sacrifice every single one of my sword-related gifts for experience and pump it into blue.
Okay. Ooh, gotta do some math real quick. Hang on. Okay, let's see. Where the fuck's your player sheet? Holding your fist tight and strong, you swing in with a punch. The grip glowing with energy. The energy of that sword which you broke. The power of the Hawk God's blessing moving forward. You punch in, bringing all of your might down and clashing against this sword. A sword of lightning, a magic blade. It shatters. It breaks. It cracks. Jellyfish swordsman, in that moment, upon that declaration, he didn't even raise his sword down to fight you. He simply let it happen. He let the blade shatter. And with that, two swordsmen became swords no more. I've been incredibly foolish, haven't
I? Yeah, but like, she reaches up and like, sort of supports his weight. You taught me well enough to, I guess, know how to snap you out of it. It's the same way that would have snapped me out of it. Oh, that felt good to say.
I never wanted to say it. It felt rude, something like a father wouldn't say, but you never really seemed like a swordsman to me.
That is immensely rude. Glad you didn't say that during my training. She turns around and looks at the group. Okay, we're going back to the capital. This guy in tow.
Can we?
Well, we didn't kill any capitalsmen.
I am so proud of you! Just ugly tears streaming down his face.
Oh, yeah. Hey, June. Yeah. It's been a big day. Oh, boy.
Get in here, you fool! He grabs it. Don't stand back there and try to look cool. You know what?
This is okay.
Oh, God.
Baru, like, when they get in the hug, leans in and grabs Sho by the head and, like, lightly puts his head to her forehead and just, like,
Learned woman.
She nods and, like, chest puffs out proudly.
You know, you could learn a thing or two from your daughter. She didn't have to take your eye to learn that lesson.
That's a fair... Hang on. He steps back real quick.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. No, you're right. Learned a lesson a day. We all teach each other something in this world.
Yeah, I also didn't want to steal your thunder or your big moment or anything. But, I know what tuberculosis is. Why do you think I've been traveling? She puts up a hand.
Something washes over his face. He kind of, like... He puts his hand up to his eye and kind of wipes away a tear before it even fully forms there. And just kind of, like, chokes down the tears for a moment. Thank you, Sho.
The cure is actually not that bad. Like, admittedly, it's completely treatable. And I realize saying that now, that might have made the situation, like, saying it then, that would have made the situation worse. But...
Well... He kind of, like, scratches his head. It sounded like you had some things to talk about.
Well, now I just feel like a silly bitch.
You brave bitch.
Very well.
No, wondering, admittedly, I don't know how things are in Rauji as clearly anymore, but they opened my eyes to the scale and scope of things in the world. We can get you looked at. I'm sure Mom will have... Oh my god, Mom's going to be furious.
He stops. Oh god, she's going to be so angry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pats him on the back.
If you two want, I can play some defense for you.
No, I deserve it. But perhaps
After
I'll enjoy...
everything we just went through, no, you're not dying.
Well,
Yeah, I wouldn't say that so quickly.
10 arms.
Yeah, yeah. He stops for a second. What your friend there said is actually quite true. I doubt the capital will like to see me. I doubt I will be able to escape judgment for crimes I would have committed.
Well, you know, we did just burn a few of our own bridges.
Yeah.
Perhaps if we left with the he points to the pink, whatever that was, then we would be the only criminals here.
He smiles. Don't. You're very kind, Junior, but don't do that to yourself.
Would at least give us some bargaining room.
That much is true. He reaches into his pocket and holds the ball. Obviously, I'm not the one with the right enough mind to take this and decide what to do with it. He hands it over to Sho. This is the best legacy I ever could have given you.
No, I don't think that's the case. This is a ball you found in the woods. She puts it in her bag.
He scratches his chin. I just wanted to sound cool.
She reaches up and hugs him. No, best legacy you could have given me was, I guess, points at the side of her head. Brain that maybe takes things a little bit too seriously. It's helped me out so far. I feel like I've inherited that steel mind of yours. Kinda want to move away from it, though. It's exhausting.
Is anyone else getting cold, though?
Yeah, let's go and figure out our next course of action. We need to find out if we're even allowed back in the capital.
We should move downstream, that way we don't head directly south. We can avoid them.
I'm afraid there's not much way besides south. Yes. This is the end of the road for the forest, and the walls seem to be rather intact on the other side. Did you see a man slip out in front of me?
No.
Damn. He stops
What
anyways.
guy?
A man with dirty blonde hair, glasses, and missing an arm. But doesn't sound like it.
Wait. Hold on. Was he one of the arms of the squid?
Yes, he was.
Well, this might not have been a complete waste of
Yeah,
time.
where was that arm?
Let's take a look around.
Yeah, he points over that way, and yeah, I'm gonna say you guys go and fetch that arm.
Sho finds an unconscious old man who's just like, I'm not even gonna ask.
You take that arm, and you head back out, and with that, you all depart back, heading south.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we won.
Yeah.
Are you done with your family drama? Good, 'cause it's time to die.
Shimura, as you expected, they dealt with whatever enemies were on the inside and have now acquired you a ball.
Oh, fucking boy.
Oh, wait. As they step beyond the trees, you realize not all the enemies.
Now, this is incredibly convenient.
Boy. Well, time to make a decision one way or the other.
I think it's already been made for us.
Guess so.
I suggest you stay where you are.
Oh, nothing.
I appreciate the thought.
Well, it seems that events have gone in such a way. Junior looks at Sho carrying the ball. That the ball's in your court.
The swordsman steps forward, actually, in front of the crowd. Hang on.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. All right, so I'm getting the ball ready.
He steps up. You, Shimura, was that your name?
Yeah, that's me. And I assume you're the jellyfish swordsman?
Yes. Please, Kurage. Is there any way I can convince you to just take me?
Well, the mission is arrest or kill the jellyfish swordsman and retrieve the ball. So yeah, that would help.
I'm willing to secede. Though, Sho, I have a question.
Yeah.
Are you willing to cede them the ball?
Oh boy.
Yeah, Buru looks to Show like,
Well, what are you thinking, kiddo?
Oh boy.
sorry to pass the buck, but like,
No, I would love to instinctually say that we shouldn't hand it over to the likes of them, but your father entrusted it to you, and I would not countermand your decision.
You got a cannonball earlier, right?
yeah, I haven't used it. It's covered in
Yeah.
Oni blood, but yeah, it's a cannonball.
Well, now it's covered in pink liquid and stuff that we got over there, and like
Yeah.
leaves. so that way it looks a little bit like the ball.
Yeah.
And now it's entering the cannon. Oops, I dropped it in there. Oops, I lit it.
Oh god, is it lighting?
Are they lighting a cannon at us?
Oh, they're lighting a cannon
Not
at us.
at you.
No, sorry.
Gosh.
Oh, God.
Not a monster. Also,
Is there aimed at poor?
Boom! They notice as the orb just flies off in a direction.
there goes your ball.
He turns. That's a troublesome friend you've made there, Sho. You two, go find it. They like, oh fuck. They go out in that direction.
Damn, they sent the no-names.
That's fine. Every little bit helps.
Of course they did. That's fine.
Don't forget, in our very first boss fight, rando general guy that Sho killed in one hit came back and was actually a threat. So even clearing out those guys is helpful.
Hanabi, you and me, ready?
Easy enough. I like the odds.
The swordsman. Oh, jeez. The general, raises up one of his swords. It seems one arm of his is kind of limp. He gets, prepare to die, swordsman! I'm afraid I'm not a swordsman anymore. He moves back a bit, letting the man approach. I'm not a swordsman, but he rows down, and beneath his feet, he kicks up a stick. Just a stick, a normal stick, a little bit of snow on it. This should be more than enough for you. He raises the sword down. And he counterattacks. Thud! A loud smack as this man is knocked back against the cliff edge. Rocks piercing into it as he feels and he'll pass it off to Sho.
Oh boy.
Go get him, kid.
Yeah, we're doing it. Sho is going to Sho's gonna think back and remember what she's gonna remember all the hints dropped about the yokai, the masks and the fox god, etc. And she's gonna think back. She got her ass kicked in a foreign land because she, quote, didn't have faith. She starts to run forward, picks up the orb, and she is going to try to focus in.
Oh no, the
yes.
actual orb.
The actual one,
the,
yeah.
The cannonball.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
yeah.
the cannonball. She
Yes.
she focuses in on it, and God, she is going to, for the first time since she was a little girl, pray.
A voice sings in your head. Wow. It seems that you really are my truest ally now. Would you like to become a champion of mine?
Yeah, sure, hit me with it. Just save my dad and save us.
I see. Well within my rights. Welcome, Champion Sho, to the embrace of love. And, upon that cue, you feel surging energy run throughout you, throughout your entire body. Everything just seems to, combine into one. And, in that moment, you feel something invigorating inside of you. The power of the fox god drifts over, and in this moment, you feel yourself blessed. And you feel something surge to your fists, in a way. a power. Junia, you notice something. As Sho moves forward, she steps. There's something wagging. Oh. Oh. A foxtail emerges from her kimono.
How many? How many do I get?
1 for now.
Damn it! I wanted like 6.
Did that girl just get cuter?
You'll have to earn the rest. But I have no doubt you will. Welcome to the fold, my flockling.
Oh man, are you gonna always be whispering? Not important. She runs forward. Honestly, I'm feeling a lot better. Slams the ground again, and using the same style as Ayano, which is centered in rooting yourself in the ground and delivering fucking jaw-breaking uppercuts. She digs in her heel and is going to drive her fists straight upwards.
His armor cracks and breaks as you just flatten this man against the ground. He's down for the count.
Sho looks at her fist, and like looks back, looks over at her dad, looks over at Junia, and then mouth agape was like, "What the fuck?"
The jellyfish swordsman looks over. That suits you much better.
Well, this is a pain. Alive would have been cleaner, but no matter. Hanabi's gonna take a drop step behind this rock, and she's going to draw what would be her katana above her wakizashi. And in reality, it's not a katana at all. It's actually a beautiful, gorgeous, ornate rifle. She's going to take a deep breath, prop herself up on this rock, and take aim at the heart of the jellyfish swordsman.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Joke's on you, he's not a swordsman, so it doesn't count.
I mean, the jellyfish stickman.
Fuck!
She is going to basically palm strike her dad out of the way.
Yeah, you bounce him against here, but you saw the thing coming and the bullet whizzes right past. Luckily, there's no one behind him.
Uh-oh.
I'll pass it to Boo-Roo.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, Rue.
Oh boy. Alright, so Buru is gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm just gonna, with my momentum, just become a whirlwind of steel with both the now empty cannon and my Tetsubo, and so anytime more bullets come, hopefully block them.
Alright.
Okay. So I just had an idea.
Ooh, okay.
Can one of those randos come back?
Yeah, I was actually expecting you to do this. Oh yeah, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
Oh, you motherfucker.
I have. Oh. No, I want this one to be effective. I want him to be effective. And so I'll take 1.
All right, you do that. A man stumbles back. He wipes the blood from his sword on the snow and then keeps stepping forward. And then kind of moves up. Oh wait, he let me mark him appropriately. What do you want him to do?
Just play along for now.
Okay. He kind of runs back up and kind of heads up. He says, "Hanabi! Hanabi!" He kind of like stops, and then kind of just stands there and with the sword in his hand and kind of approaches. The foxes! They're surrounding the area! We have to hurry!
I'll have to end this quicker then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you do that. Pulling gun out, you do that.
Yeah, kill him, do that.
While Hanabi is talking to just a homeboy over here, I'm going to fire my own gun at Hanabi.
Oh fuck.
Oh, okay.
No,
And utilizing my utilizing the fact that I waited until she was until she started talking to that soldier, as my opportunity. That counts as cheating, right?
Yeah, that counts as cheating.
All right.
Okay. Shot rings out. Shimura, your conversation is interrupted as you're shot in the shoulder.
They have guns.
As of this session, yes.
We have a cannon.
Well, I'm glad I took cover then. I'm gonna shoot Sho in the heart.
Okay, sounds good.
Understandable.
You brace up again against this rock, and make another shot.
I will take the shot.
Alright, you step up.
I was hoping you'd do that.
Yeah.
We're all like, oh my god.
There's a bullet hole in the parasol. Oh!
Okay, I'm about to eat shit.
Oh no, don't kill Hideo!
Fucking god.
You get shot and knocked back against the tree. Shimura totally meant to make that shot all along. That was the real target.
Yeah, fair.
Holy
I did
shit.
shoot you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Starts running forward.
God, is that what I did to her? I deserve this.
Runs in front of Sho. Third time's the charm. Do the thing. I'm ready this time.
Oh my god.
You gotta remember that first and second time were also the charm.
It isn't. I don't think Sho can throw you. Maybe you can throw her?
All right, that's fine. I'll just push myself and barrel forward. I'll hop off of Sho regardless.
Oh, yeah, no,
I'll climb Sho, scale Buru, and then and do a brief Mary Poppins Princess Peach float down to here. Pushing myself to get the double move, I will lock out my red for a turn.
Okay.
And as he arcs through the air, Junya closes the parasol, descends a short distance through the air, and takes out Yuko's katana, and is going to basically do the Elise crit animation forward spin through the air and strike at Shimura.
After that, there is one more turn I forgot. The guard sees Hideo get fucking sniped, and he's like, welp. He steps over and just stabs her.
That guy's fucking dead.
Hanabi blocks the, what did he attack me with, a knife?
Sword.
She blocks the sword with her musket, almost as if it were a sword itself, and then she pulls back and drives the bayonet directly into the heart of this nameless soldier, who was clearly not her own.
No, he, like, his breath just disappears from his mouth as he stumbles on back, falling back against the ground, and is, yeah.
Buru's like, who the hell was that guy?
I don't know. Maybe they saw how screwed they were and just decided to switch sides.
You, Buru, you feel something like sort of skirt past your ankles as Sho, incredibly low to the ground, is acting on instinct, and she compresses herself and her body almost into a ball and fucking springs up the wall in a second, raking her way across the stones with new claws she didn't know she had. She angles her way around this rock and tries to just spinning kick her in the head. Ooh. She hits the side of your head and crawls across the ground backwards, noticing that the impact was enough to drive your skull backwards. You hit the rock and the rock actually cracks.
Wait, my head, you said?
Yes.
Oh, your head?
Oh no, secret action!
That activates my secret action. Hanabi's flaw is headstrong. If Hanabi fails a to-do roll, she is locked into using a swing attribute and is forced to use that roll until she succeeds.
Oh, that's
+2
fun.
to precision, +2 to damage when making a headbutt.
Yeah.
And when things are going towards her head.
Yeah.
That's hysterical.
2 damage negated from that as 8.
That's so funny.
So she actually leans into the kick with her head so she doesn't move.
Yeah. She notices, it's that thing where, like, she kicks your head with all of the all that centrifugal force she's built up, and it travels through your body, and a shockwave goes up, and all this snow flies into the air, but she doesn't fucking move an inch.
This isn't your normal style, isn't it?
Sorry, I'm still getting used to this. She's like, her arms are hanging loosely by her sides. She waves back and forth, tail twitching behind her. Just sort of going with the flow for once, you know?
That's fair.
Trying to give up that set mindset.
I would recommend that I'm not a very good practice opponent. She's going to kind of elegantly move to this side of Show underneath the tree.
Oh no.
And she's actually not going to use her musket that she's been using in her sleeve. The sleeve's been kind of dangling loosely all this time. She pulls it up and reveals that her arm is actually missing, and she has a cannon.
Oh, good.
Her intention is to punch Show in the chest.
Okay.
So after connecting that punch, Hanabi's going to brace her arm and light a fuse, which is going to fire the cannon that is her arm.
Oh, Jesus, point blank. Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, is that what's gonna happen right now?
Is that what's happening right now?
Looks like a little bit of damage.
You're gonna have a little bit of damage.
What'd you just call me?
It is damage if you impact.
Okay.
Show and you take 5 damage as you impact. 5 further damage as you stumble off the cliff.
Oh, yeesh. Show curls into a fluffy ball and just impacts you.
You hit right on my giant chest gash.
It's cool. Now we match.
So, Shura, who do you want to go again, or do you want to hand it off to someone else?
I'll pass it off to old Jelly Boy.
Okay, he sees you down there, and he just kind of like starts moving. I gotta roll something for him. He starts dashing forward, and he's gonna sacrifice the pulse for his ink die and leap up with it using his maximum velocity of that to land right down. And he goes in, bringing down a stick. Hanabi, the exact same spot that you got knocked in again from Show. A stick comes down and smashes down against that same spot. Almost as it's weakened, it comes in, and an impact you feel reverberate across your body. And he does 8 damage. You have 8 health left.
That's quite a stick.
It's quite a stick as you stand there. And very, very quickly, you seem to lose consciousness. He steps back a bit, stumbling, and then looks at you. Seriously? Oh my gosh. You're just... crazy bastard. You're unconscious, yet you're still standing up.
What the fuck?
You just seem to stand there. Your eyes kind of glazed over as your consciousness is faded, and yet your body still stands rigidly standing up. Whew. The jellyfish swordsman stumbles back.
Come on, June, let's get up. Let's get up. Come on, let's go.
Come on, get up. Come on. Hey,
We gotta go.
We're leaving.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
I will carry all of you if I have to. We are getting out of here now.
Let's go. Come on, Dad.
Junior, come here. Come on.
No, I'm not. That's okay.
You are not doing fine. Get in my arms.
You depart, all of you just sprinting out. No idea where to go, no idea what you're doing. You don't really even know you're standing. All you could do is really run. Attempt to leave the forest as quick as you can. Maybe find the fox god. Who knows what's next step for you. However, as you all depart, and all of you leave that spot, suddenly, a figure kind of seems to step out from over here.
Hey, it's me, Mr. Gray. It just kills me.
Yeah. A figure kind of steps out from here. A small figure. She kind of looks a bit curious as she sees. Huh. I'll ping it again. Yeah. She looks, that's pretty interesting. He looked so sad earlier. Another figure emerges out from the tree, as well, and pats her on the head. Yes, indeed, so sad. He kind of stands there and watches them depart. You... to think, formed of loneliness, and yet the loneliness had vanished before you even got to meet your, well, father, I guess? Not sure how that works. He pats you on the head. Regardless, you have family with us, sweet child. The yokai that had formed from the jellyfish swordsman's loneliness, in that moment, reflected upon the icicle, has now faded.
Oh.
You know, you should have helped them. No, it's better this way. He just pats her on the head. I had to keep you safe, sweet thing. I'll talk to them soon enough. I wonder, what journey do they have in mind now? Oh, how things have changed. I might leave this forest after all. With that, the evening, the day itself seems to set upon the forest, as the story of the outcasts has finally come to head once more, and 2 swords have been retired, yet a battle still remains. Quiet. A bunch of spirits seem to float rapidly in the air, dying. An empty keep that was stocked with unknowable demons, all of which cut and faded to nothing. And yet, suddenly, breaking from a window, a figure is blasted out, the entire wall itself breaking and flying, just being propelled all the way out to this bridge as they slide across it. Shinra! Looking up, another figure steps out. She looks down, clicking the sword on her shoulder. And, leaping, she flies over, landing across the bridge, the 2 of them once again engaging in a clash. Both of them, their swords swinging together. A duel, the final duel, of a rivalry wrong in the making. Both of them fighting. This individual, Shinra, seems to push back this mysterious deity. And, as they go, the fight seems to spill over, until eventually she moves down, some petals upon her scarlet shoulder blades flying outward and slicing into the eyes of this man. He tumbles back, falling off of the bridge and down below. She steps forward, a sword in her hand. You do not know me! I am a god! Yeah, right. Heard that one about, 3 times this month. She steps down the steps slowly, moving forward with her sword. And this strange being, this spirit seems to gather its energy together. A large ray of dark, just horrible curses compounding atop each other. They fill each other to the brim, and then outwards he blasts his hand forward, a wave of pure miasma of terror just flying outward, something that would drop anyone into years of just torment and nightmares. And this woman, raising her sword up, slices through it. And with the blessing granted to her, all of that is cut to null. Nothing. And, moving forward with a step, she charges, and slicing past him moves, cutting in to the flesh. As she does this thing's flesh seems to seed in on itself, folding, molding, and... No! What is this? She puts her sword away. As the individual, the god, the being that had once ruled over these lands, this portion of Mitsudai for centuries, is quelled. Its entire body folding on itself into nothing until, like, once more, a black hole, everything just seems to disappear into nothingness. Another tyrant dead. Whew. Oh, jeez. She just kind of stands there and scratches her head. Well, she kind of stretches a bit. That was easy enough. I guess it's time for the party. She makes to turn around, and as she does so, she notices an individual once again standing there. Huh? She stops. Huh? What? She exhales just a sigh of just disappointment. The kind of sigh you get when someone's finally come to get a debt from you. Hey, Gray. Sizen. He steps past and then moves up to her. Kind of looks at this thing just kind of fading to nothing. See, you've been using your powers pretty well. She kind of looks at it. Kind of. She just kind of inspects the man. I don't even need to ask. Here to take me back? I've got a little business to solve up before that. There's one more in this district, and once that's taken care of, maybe I can head back. He stops and turns. I'm afraid we can't really work that out right now. You're gonna have to come back with me immediately. I don't really like the sound of that, bud. She, once again, puts her hand on her sword. Don't even... He kind of controls his temper for a moment and stops. Look, things aren't going well. I'm here to ask for your favor, effective immediately. We're going to go back, and you're going to meet up. We're rallying everyone. That was already the plan. I was attempting to come send a messenger out for you, but unfortunately, it seems that I need to come out here myself. Listen. We've been put to shambles. The plan's changed. We're no longer going after that orb. We're taking a more direct approach this time. She kind of scratches her head slightly. Well... She kind of thinks about it. Alright, I'm in. Are you sure? Thought you were gonna give me more lip. No, it's fine. After all, the more direct approach is my style. And I can finally earn my title. She steps back a little. Her, Shinrin Zaisen, the God Slayer. Finally able to kill a god that matters. She steps off, and Mr. Grey follows. The two of them preparing, a change of plans, regrouping. This entire affair has just evolved, beyond Mr. Grey's comprehension. But this is still something he thinks he can manage. There still are plenty of arms to rely on. And maybe, just maybe, if all of this works out the way he intends, he might actually get the thing he wants from this. The two arms walk off, preparing a long journey back to Raoji, where the Hawk God awaits them.